Hello, everyone. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Chris. Chris is from England in the UK. So let's see what Chris has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Chris. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
My pleasure.
So, tell me, how was your day today?
My day was very good day. Thankfully, I'm very fortunate that I love what I do, so I had a good day.
So, tell me, what do you do for work, for living?
So I am a marketing entrepreneur, and really what that means is today I help founders really with their marketing. So I get to work with people, really cool people that are all just trying to improve their quality of life. So that's what I do.
And tell me how this journey started in your life that decided to work in marketing.
So it actually started when I was a child, and I was always fascinated by television adverts, but really like the psychology around it. So do you remember the Coca-Cola advert with the big truck?
Oh my God, that was growing up back in Brazil in the 90s. I remember 89s, 90s. I remember, my God, the nostalgia of that truck. Oh my God, that
I
was the.
have
I still feel it when I sometimes I go on YouTube during Christmas time just to watch it because it brings straight away to that childhood memories.
I have a Christmas jumper with that truck on. I absolutely love it. But I was always fascinated around about the psychology behind it. Like why did so many people remember it and love it? So that's how I kind of started, and then I went to university and studied marketing and just really like to understand what hooks people in. You know, why are people interested in buying different things? So that's where it all began.
Oh wow. So if one day I would like to get William the Magic Box to a bigger proportion in marketing, are the right guy?
Yes.
Tell me where you're from, Chris.
I'm now living in a place called Leatherhead in Surrey.
Okay. And that's the place where you're born and raised or not?
So no, I mean I've grown up in England really my whole life, but I was born in Wales and my family are from Ireland. So my family is regarded as Celts, basically.
Interesting. And what's that?
Celts are, oh God, it's going back now to 16 to 1700s, where they are represented as people with big spirit and a lot of fire and very proud. And yeah, there's a the Irish or Welsh are quite connected with, and they call themselves the Celts basically. So that's how it all started.
I see. So tell me something interesting about the city where you live right now.
Where the city I live.
Yeah, tell me a little something interesting about it that stands out compared with other places in the UK.
Um, well, I would say something interesting about where I live. I would say the reason where I love where I live because it's actually nice and quiet, and it's got lovely nature. I think as I get older, I appreciate nature a lot more. And there's so many lovely walks. I go running almost every day, and I'm very lucky that I can go for a different run every day. So that's what I love. There's a lot of countryside.
And how far are you from London?
Central London, 30 minutes on a train.
Okay, so it's not too far from London. It's
No,
quite,
it's just on the outside.
I see. So you miss the buzz of London.
Do you know what? I always will always go back to London for the buzz, right? The energy. But it's nice to go in and then come back out and relax. So then when you want to go, you know, for business to have fun, to
Uh-huh.
London.
Um, okay, Chris. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
That's good.
But before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Oh, so I was thinking about this. One, maybe an interesting thing about myself is that I once saved someone's life in the sea when I was in Miami. Yes, so
Oh my God,
swam.
tell me, how did it happen?
So I used to be a big swimmer, and I was in Miami with my family. I was 21, so a long time ago. and swam quite far out. And then, you know, I was comfortable swimming quite far out, and then I saw this elderly man who was panicking and effectively kind of like screaming for help. So
Oh my God.
I went over and then brought him into shore, and yeah, he basically said, "Thank you for saving my life." So that was a surreal moment.
Oh my God. Oh wow. Imagine this loved gentleman. I'm sure he was grateful for the rest of your life, like
I
remembering you.
know, and it's crazy how it just happens automatically, and I think anyone would do the same thing, right? Luckily I was young and fit, so
Wow.
yeah, I just helped bring him into shore and never saw him again. That's the crazy thing.
Hopefully this interview gonna get to him somehow. You never know.
Yeah.
Chris, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Absolutely.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Random fun questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna play a song just for us to relax before the first question. Okay?
Sounds good.
Let's do it. Yes, you can always dance with me. Before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to answer, don't want to talk about, always can change. Okay?
Cool.
First question is, who has been the most influential person in your life?
Wow. Most influential person in my life. I've probably got to say my dad. So my whole family was always from the armed forces, the army, the navy, and he was the first person not to work in the armed forces. He went and got a career. So he kind of helped take us from working class to middle class and gave me already all the opportunities that I have today. So it's my dad.
Wow. And what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from him when you think about your journey?
Meaningful lesson: follow your passion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's really important if you enjoy what you do, which is I think what everyone strives for.
Yep.
You don't feel like you work. You know, I can't wait to start in the morning, and you know, people who go to bed on Sunday evenings really scared. I feel so sorry for them. So I think follow your passion and enjoy life.
Is your dad still with us?
He is still with us. Yes, he's still fit and healthy.
Okay, so he's watching this interview right now. When you have a moment and opportunity to send him a message, what would you say? He's watching.
Oh, that's a good question. I would say that he does still inspire me in some respects. And actually, the way he inspires me is that he's fit, right? So he's 72.
Wow,
He's still really fit and healthy and looks young. So it inspires me to stay fit and healthy, you know.
beautiful, amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Chris from England. Next question is, what do you miss the most from your childhood and why?
Oh, my instinctive reaction is not caring what people think. That is
Wow.
the thing. That is the thing I think I love about being a child, and I'm trying to embrace more and more as I get older, is who cares what people think, eh? Like, just go for it, enjoy yourself. And yeah, that's the great thing about being a kid, isn't it? Just you live every day in the moment.
And did you grew up in Wales or in England?
No, so I grew up in a place called Sussex, in south of England on the coast, basically. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me a memory that when you think about your childhood memories, tell me one of them that comes straight away to your mind that for you was like, wow, that's a great memory that I always gonna remember.
Christmases. That's the first thing that came to mind. Just watching great, you know, spending loads of time with the family, cozy house, big Christmas tree, watching TV, playing games. That's the memory I get.
There is a movie that you watch on Christmas season that for you is a must every year.
So this is the crazy thing. Star Wars. I don't know why, but in England they always show Star Wars every single year, so it became like this strange tradition. On Christmas, we got to watch Star Wars. I don't know why.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, what's the biggest joy of working in marketing? Yeah, when you think about your profession, your journey, what's the biggest joy of it? And of course, there is always a flip side. What do you find most challenging about it?
I would say the biggest joy in marketing is when you connect with your audience. That's
Mhm.
a bit like the Coca-Cola advert, right? When you work with a company or a founder and you do some marketing for them and it brings them in new customers, it's such a great feeling. It feels amazing. The hardest part is convincing people to do it in the first place. Sometimes, you know, especially founders, I think that they understandably are cautious with their money, and you can't give away everything for free, right? So I think it's that amazing. I love it when people take a leap of faith, invest in some marketing, and then giving them that return. That's the best feeling.
Wow. Okay. Next question is, if I would ask your best friend right now to define yourself in one positive and one negative word only, what your best friend would say about you?
He would say that I am a good person.
Uh-huh.
I think that's really important to me. And he would probably say that I'm stubborn. Good question.
What's the biggest joy of being Chris? What do you like the most about being you?
That's a good question. I would say that I have become the person I wanted to become. So that's the best joy. That when I was in the as a teenager, you
Mhm.
have an idea if you think who you want to become, and if I look back now, if I looked forward as a teenager, I'm kind of proud of what I've achieved, basically. So that's the main thing.
And what would be the title of your memoir one day?
I'd have to steal it from the Disney CEO, but I'd call it Ride of a Lifetime.
What?
Because there's ups and downs, right? Lots of ups and downs.
And people who they're gonna have the opportunity to read your memoir, to read, the book of your life one day. What's something that would you like people to take with them, or to when they read, go like, oh, you know what? That's something unique about Chris, or that's something that you'd like people to always, when you think about you, when you think about your life, they go like, wow, that was amazing to have.
I would say that it's really around that I'm resilient, and
Okay.
actually I think that I heard a quote not long ago. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone, and I'm a huge believer in that. And it's easy from the outside to think that people have been successful, but I've had a lot of hard times and a lot of good times. But you just keep moving forward, keep moving forward. You need to experience the bad stuff as well in order to feel the good stuff, right? So I think hopefully people think of my resilience, and if I can help a few people around understanding that bad's good as well, bad times are good times as well.
And you always have this mindset.
No, I've always been a positive person. I've always had a good outlook, but you really learn from the hard times, right? Like, and that's from health, from financial, from family, from everything. Like, you have to really go through those ups and downs to understand what you really want from life. And when I first started my first business a long time ago, I did it because there was an opportunity in the market. Whereas now I do what I love, and I've learned from that, right? So yeah,
Do you feel like you are living your best life right now, Chris?
yes, I do, and I'm very conscious of that because could I have more? Yes, I do. Yes, I could, but ro- the key thing for me is my children. I've got an 11-year-old and an 7-year-old, and
Oh God, wow.
I'm very, very, very aware that they're only children once, right? So in 10 years, I might be able to do a lot more traveling. That's what I like to do. But also, they'll be adults. So if I could freeze time with them this age, I would.
Amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, please. Next question is, what is your favorite place in the entire world and why?
Oh, favorite place. Can I say 2 places?
You can.
Firstly, Maldives. I went to the Maldives about 15 years ago to a little island, and I just could not believe the wildlife. It was just incredible. And also, there's a place in North Wales called Lake Vyrnwy. It's an old dam, but it's 27 miles around to get around it. But it's just the most beautiful natural place I've ever seen, and it really when I go there, I just feel so at peace. So,
Wow.
those 2 places.
And if you had a superpower to go anywhere in the world right now, right this moment, for any reason, which place would you go and why?
I think the thing that comes to mind is that I quite like to go to like the Wild West in America. I've been watching a lot of history programs about the Indians and the Wild West, and it just looks really cool. So I'd like to go and see it.
All right. Next question. Ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. Next one. Okay, before the next question, let's talk a little bit more about marketing. Social media, it explodes, changed the world. I think nowadays it's something that it's part of our lives, if you like or not, something that, it's became a necessity, became a pleasure, became business, became everything. My question for you is, in the marketing world, tell me a little bit before the social media in your eyes, and when the social media explodes, what do you see, what's the difference between both worlds? What's something that the advantage and, the disadvantage of social media in the marketing world, in your opinion?
Okay, so I would say, so firstly, you're right. Social media, it's here to stay, right? It's not going anywhere. I think the amazing thing about social media is it gives the little guys an opportunity to reach people at scale, right? So you can start your own business in your bedroom anywhere in the world now, and you can build a profile through your expertise. That's the amazing thing. The hard thing is there is more noise than ever, right? So you can start in your room, your bedroom, your house, anywhere in the world. But if you can do it, lots of other people can do it. So how you stand out from the crowd and how you deliver a different message, I think that's the most important thing.
Wow. And what would be your advice for people to get in the right path regarding that? If they want to, promote their business or on social media, what's the big step that for you it's the right step to take?
So, I would say the key for me in marketing is really understanding who your dream customer is, right? It's understanding who your dream customer is, what their goals are, but also what keeps them awake at night, right? If you can do that, you can start to understand what drives your dream customer. And the mistake I see people make with marketing is, I call it shouty marketing. They just do lots of stuff and they're just trying to target everyone, where actually the best type of marketing is where you and I feel really understood and it resonates.
I see. Okay. Next question is, in your opinion, what is the worst thing someone can say on a first date?
The worst thing someone can say on a first date? Worst thing someone can say on a first date. Why are we here?
That's a good one, actually. That's a good one.
And that could be either the restaurant, as in I was thinking someone might be like, why have you brought me here? Or it could be like, why am I here with you?
Do you consider yourself to be a romantic person?
Honestly, no. No, I should be more, but I'm not.
tell me the very first time when love hit you that you felt like, wow, now I know the meaning of love. Doesn't need to be romantic love, could be, this feeling about, love that for you go like, wow, that's a feeling that I never felt before.
Oh, I think two instinctive reactions. Firstly, my first serious girlfriend when I was 17. Like, I didn't really understand what love was then, but I was besotted by her, right? And then she dumped me. And I think it was the first time I cried as an adult, right? And
Oh,
yes, that's the first time. And I think the other overriding one was when my son was born. Like
wow.
when he was born, because it was quite a hard birth, sorry. And then when he came out and he wasn't breathing for the first 10 seconds and then started crying, it was just like, to me, he was the most beautiful thing in the world. And when I look
Oh,
back at photos of him now when he was born, I was like, oh, did he look like that? Because in my head, he was like this beautiful angel, you know? So that was
oh,
the true love.
wow. I'm sure those 10 seconds, it became like, oh my God,
It,
hours.
it felt like an eternity. And you knew it was serious because none of the nurses would say anything, right? They just all pulled him over, and they all just, there was one nurse on his arms, on his legs, just trying to warm him up, and then he started crying, and then everyone just relieved, and I cried again.
Oh, sweet. Amazing. Any questions left? Let's do it.
Right?
Okay, next question is, I think this one's going to be very easy for you. What has been the happiest day in your life so far and why?
Well, yes, children being born without a doubt. Um, but if I think of a maybe a slightly different one,
Mm-hmm.
I think when I first sold my first company and I then left, I was there for 10 years and I left. And I remember waking up the next morning and it was just the most incredible feeling of satisfaction, right? And it was just like, oh my God, I've actually done what I wanted to do in life. So,
Wow.
yeah, but it quickly passed. It went past after about 6 weeks. But that feeling that morning, I was like, wow, that's the best feeling ever.
Do you think happiness is a choice?
Oh, I think you can choose your attitude, right? So I think every day you can choose to be more positive and happier.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but sometimes it is hard for people in different environments. So it's 50-50.
Saying that, Chris, what's the meaning of life for you?
I would say, again, learning from getting a bit older, the
Mm-hmm.
meaning of life for me now is actually just living in the moment. Living
Right.
in the moment, try not to think too far about the future, just try and take every day as it comes and say yes more. Enjoy life, go for it, don't worry about what people think, enjoy the ride.
A lot about saying yes. I think the power of saying yes can take you in places that maybe you never thought about being, or a challenge, or a comfort zone. I think saying yes, it's something very powerful. Sometimes you don't even imagine how powerful it can be.
And do you know what? Before my first business, that's what inspired me. I started saying yes more first. And just by being more positive, it suddenly started opening doors.
I had interview with a lovely man. He said once that, you know, he's a coach, and he said, "Oh, William, I always say yes. If whatever gonna happen afterwards is
Mm,
a different story.
yeah,
Could be the experience, could it be a challenge, could be a mistake. However, I'm gonna deal with that later. That's it as something different." And when he said that, like, my God, it makes sense, because
mm,
sometimes we start overthinking about things and you miss the opportunity.
yeah,
Sometimes, you know what I
yeah,
mean? And
definitely.
and sometimes just even opportunity for you to learn, because could be a mistake, could be anything, but you miss opportunity for you to learn something there and not do the same mistake in the future. So I think it's something very interesting about that sometimes we go like, you know what I mean? Sometimes just go for it. Sometimes, give, of course, conscious as well. Don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't like, but
No,
however,
I think what's that famous saying? You miss every shot you don't take, right? You've got to go for it and you've got to see what's out there. And if things don't go as you hope, that's fine. You're trying stuff, right?
lesson learned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just tell me a life lesson that life has taught you that feel very grateful for it.
That it is about, in the, what do we say? What did the Queen used to say? Keep calm and carry on. I think I never really used to understand that as a kid, and I thought, oh, what a load of rubbish. But you understand that life does hit you with some hard stuff at times, and you can't control everything. And if you keep your core people around you, your friends, your family, and you just keep moving forward, that's the most important thing.
For sure. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, as I can see your eyes shining talking about your kids, tell me what's the biggest joy of being a dad?
So the biggest joy of being a dad, I would say, is just living in the moment with them. Like, they're not thinking about the future. They're just in that moment. Like my daughter last night, Daddy, can you draw with me? And I'm like, well, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't do anything like that, right? So I'm like, yes,
Wow.
we can. What do you want to draw? I want to draw a plane in the sky with clouds. I love those random moments where it's just whatever's in her head. So I would say the biggest joy is just spending time with them and just seeing them grow, right? And I'm trying to help I'm trying to help them be good people, right? I don't Careers and stuff are nice, but just make the right decisions and be good people, and that's the most important thing.
Wow. Great. Next question is, if you won the lottery, what would be your first big splurge?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm fortunate because, like, I sold my first business and I did what most people did. I bought a massive house, but now it's different. Now I don't know what I'd do. Probably think about some really cool places to go around the world and book a really nice holiday, but maybe something just different, like, I don't know, the Rockies in Canada, or go somewhere like China, which I've never thought of before. So somewhere just a really nice, but still stay in nice hotels.
Of course.
I'm too old for rubbish hotels now.
Last question, ready?
Yep.
Let's do it, last one. Before the last question, I'm going to ask a question in 2 parts. The first part of the question is, tell me a moment in your career in markets that you're never going to forget, that you go like, you know what, that moment I will always remember. And the second part of the question is, people watch this interview or people who, somehow go after your work, for you to connect with them. What's something about it that stands out compared with other, marketing people or companies around the globe? So tell me.
So the thing that I will never forget is when, in my first company, Apple contacted us. So that was the moment. We had an email through our website, and it was from Apple inviting us to pitch, and we ended up going to their headquarters in San Francisco. So
Oh, God.
that was the moment, and also it was the moment because they contacted us. It was just like, oh my God, I thought it wasn't real. I thought it was spam, and it was still, now it feels incredible. And I guess the difference from me is that I have built 2 companies from nothing, right? So if you get really good marketing, you don't have to spend lots of money. Where a lot of people think marketing is spending tens of thousands, it's not. You can actually do things in really smart ways and stay really focused. That resonates with your, I call it ICP, ideal customer profile, and they want to work with you. So that's the lessons.
Amazing. Last question is, if you could be any age, what age would you choose and why?
Oh, I quite enjoy being my age now, which is 43. I think it's in the middle, right? But I always used to think I loved being 21
Okay.
because I was a young adult and I had no responsibility, and I just had my whole life ahead of me. So if I had to change anything, I'd go back to 21.
Aging for you is something that bothers you, or you just see as a matter of life?
It does bother me in some respects. There's a part of me which understands that the circle of life is good for youth, but also, and I don't want to live forever. I don't want to be like Freddie Mercury and live forever, like the Queen song. But I think that's why I stay fit and healthy, because I want to be as fit and healthy for as long as I can, basically. So no, death doesn't bother me, but I want to enjoy it as much as I can whilst I'm here, basically.
What's your star sign astrology, Chris?
Scorpio.
Which day
21st
of November?
of November, yeah.
I'm 17th of November.
So I'm 21st, my daughter's the 19th, and my sister's the 20th, all of November.
Oh my God. Wow. It
So
started, Scorpio season starts now. You know what I mean? They don't
I know. My
start.
family call it the November Christmas.
Yeah, it's Scorpio, it can be very intense. You know, we are very intense. We have this, intensity, very intuitive as well. Very intuitive. You know, it's so interesting because sometimes, actually, today at work, I actually, the head marketing lady, she's the head marketer of the company. I start typing her a message on Teams about a meeting that she was organizing, and suddenly she just appeared in front of me and said hello. I said to her, I said, wow, how is possible that? So I have so many situations that I think about someone, I start typing a message, or, sometimes somebody reply back straight away, or send a message before I even finish, or appear in front of me. So it's crazy. It's about
I love it. I love it when things like that happen.
It's a bit
It's
scary
always funny,
sometimes.
isn't it?
It's a
But
bit
yeah, I
scary.
mean, I think I said at the start, right? I think that's probably right, because I think my friend would say I'm stubborn. So that probably
Yeah.
means that when I'm set on something, that's it. I'm not moving.
A lovely lady told me once, she is expert in astrology, said to me, William, they did a research once, like it's a real thing. They did a research once, like in history, and they said that they find out that the most danger people, like those, murders, all those people who made very bad things in the world, most of them, they were Scorpio. At the same time, most of the people who left their mark in the world, like the big wisdoms people, they left a mark in the world, they were Scorpio as well. Pablo Picasso is Scorpio, Yeah,
Really?
he's 28 or 28, I think, of October. So she told me once, said, William, so Scorpio is very interesting. Stars, look your face like a
Man.
said that Scorpio is a very interesting star sign because, it can go both directions. And it makes sense because we like the prohibited, because we are very adventurous, we like to explore. And sometimes there is a place that we know that we shouldn't go there, but it's something stronger than us because we want to see it, we want to challenge, we are stubborn, we got, you know what I mean? Something
That's definitely me.
yeah, it's true, attracts us. And she said that. So she said that Scorpio is a very interesting. And she said, people, they go like, oh, when you say I'm Scorpio, people go like, oh, there's something negative. But it's not. Scorpio is a very intuitive, is a mystery. Scorpio is a very mystic. Yeah. They say that Scorpio, they have two lives. The one that they want to let people see, and the private one, which makes sense because we are very private. We love our own space. We need our own space.
Yeah.
Very, very sexual as well. Is the sex? We are the sexiest compared with the other star sign as well. And yeah, it's always sex in our head, even if you're not acting on it. There's always here in the back of our minds. Which makes sense because every star sign on astrology represents a part of the human body. Guess which one the Scorpio represents? The genitals. So
really,
yeah. That's why it makes sense about being mysterious, this sexual thing. Scorpio. So yeah, Scorpio is a very interesting interesting star sign.
That's
so,
super interesting, and yeah, explains a lot.
I know, and it's interesting because I didn't know that when she told me about those, research that they did, like, and she told me other names as well about other people who left a mark in the world. I don't remember
Did you
now.
mention? Were you going to mention Winston Churchill?
No, I'm not. I'm not
Oh,
sure. He is.
I thought you were going to mention Winston, but no. Funny enough, I don't know actually. I have to look afterwards. But when you asked me earlier about who's the person that inspired you the most, other than my dad, it was Winston Churchill. Like he's one of those heroes I'd have for for a meal. If you could invite 3 people back, I'd have Winston Churchill there. So I'll have to find out what star sign he is now.
Yeah, I'm curious now as well. But she mentioned other names as well. I don't remember now, but I remember Pablo Picasso. But I don't remember other names, like, not just artists, but
Picasso.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Most of them were Scorpio. There
Yeah.
are. I remember like Leonardo DiCaprio, but this is something I knew it. But there is other. I'm talking about, not just artists. I'm talking about, those people who left a mark in the world for different reasons. So yeah, there's something about Scorpio for sure. And I got so into the conversation that I forgot that did I ask the last question or not?
Which was the last question?
About aging. Okay,
Yes.
we got there. So I got it. Just double check. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to say some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start with money,
Greed.
family,
Love.
fear,
Embrace.
life,
Enjoy.
love,
Complicated.
but a Scorpio for sure can be. Religion,
Interesting.
sex,
Fun.
politics,
Liberal.
friendship,
Eternity.
desire,
Fun.
regret,
Learning.
success,
Learning.
wish,
Child.
happiness,
The journey.
one word for Wales,
Nature.
one word for England,
Resilient.
and the last one now, marketing, one word.
Coca-Cola.
Which is, you said Coca-Cola,
Yeah, Coca-Cola.
because of the advert.
Because of the advert, yeah.
My God, Chris, this advert literally, when I think about nostalgia, and it's funny because the music as well, when you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember the very first time when I heard in English, and I was like, oh my God, it's so interesting because, of course, growing up was in Portuguese.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I feel the same when I hear the song in English. It's amazing.
It's just incredible to get people to feel that way and still feel that way. It comes on now. I'm like, I go back to being a child. It's magic.
And something I find out about Coca-Cola, that's the Christmas, the Father Christmas, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's Coca-Cola who invented this, the radish. I didn't know.
I know.
Like, oh my God, now it makes sense now. I didn't know that. Like, when I find out.
I can't believe that. I know I've heard the story too, but I don't want to believe it. So
I know, me too. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your dad for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your dad, define Chris in one positive and one negative word. What he would say.
What, one word or one sentence?
Could be one sentence as well.
Positive, thinks of others before himself, and negative, I can hold my emotions in.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
Let's play now, Chris, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, Chris, you can ask me a question now.
So I'm fascinated to know what inspired you to start interviewing people around the world.
You know, Chris, before the COVID, I was already thinking about doing something on YouTube where I could express myself, I could,
Mm.
connect with people. I always had this passion about people. I'm very curious. I love learning. Like, for me, people, they're fascinating. And I didn't know what I could do. I love music. Music, something that brings the best of me. So
Mm.
I had the whole project in my mind, and I have a friend of mine. He's a musician, and I talked to him. I said, "Look, I've got this amazing project with music," and I told him about it. I said, "Will, it's amazing. However, you're not gonna be able to start it because you cannot use your other people's music in your show. They're gonna
Right.
they're gonna delete your channel." I was like, "Oh my god, I didn't think about that." Anyway, so, I just want to do something unique and different because, as you know, there's so many creativity people around the globe, social media, doing podcasts and
Mm.
shows, and I think it's amazing as well. I just want to do something that I could be myself and I could express the
Mm.
way I am. COVID hit. Remember 2020 when
Mhm.
COVID?
Mhm.
And I remember that, of course, you know very well, we could leave the house once a day to exercise in the park. And I was going for a run. Every day I was going for a run. In one of those runs, this idea came along. I remember
Mm.
the place. I remember exactly the moment because I was running and suddenly I stopped for a minute. I was like, oh my God, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to research some questions. I'm going to create some questions. And I'm going to literally invite random people around the globe to see their point of views.
Mm.
Literally, that was the
I love
main
it.
thing. And actually, I have some pictures of myself, when I was writing the questions, when I was put the whole format
Mm.
of the show, but I didn't know where I would go because I said, okay, I'm going to put the camera, I'm going to start invite people. And it's the best William anyone can have. Trust
Yeah.
me, it's great to be in this place, and it's amazing. If I would see someone doing this, Chris, I'll be like, oh my God, I'd love to be doing that. So
Yeah. Ah,
it,
that's lovely. And
it's
then
amazing.
my second question then is linked to that, which is I think that's brilliant. And I think we used to call it freedom to be human, right? Which is like being yourself, bringing your best self
Yeah.
to the world, right? What motivates you to keep doing it then? If you've done it for so long, why do you keep doing it?
Answer very easy. People.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about people.
Yeah.
We have the best part of the interview is when I send the request and I keep waiting for the person. When I see my guest for the very first time, you have no idea. For me, it's like, wow, something's gonna start now. So
Mm.
the best part of the interview is when I see my guest for the very first time.
Mm.
As I said before, what motivates me is people. You have no idea how we are so fascinating. People express themselves through art, through business, through joys, through sadness, happiness. Within the Magic Box being in all the continents around the globe, more than 1,500 interviews around the globe. So imagine
Wow.
it's being everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. Now I'm selling the show, okay, for you. Okay,
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll market it.
There you go. Did you enjoy the interview, Chris?
Loved it. Great fun.
Thanks so much. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for being so open and talk about your business, your market. It's amazing to see passionate people here. I love it. I think it's amazing to have people expressing this the way they are.
My pleasure, and thanks for asking such thought-provoking questions, which I definitely do not get normally. So it's great.
Before we go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's what I think of every day. It's go for it, jump off, push yourself out of it. When you get through that pain, it's the best feeling ever.
And even if you feel scared, go for it because it's a good sign.
The scarier it is, the bigger the reward.
If you're gonna do something, you don't have these butterflies in your tummy. It's not worth it. You need to be scared. Yeah.
And actually, it becomes addictive, right? So you do
Yes.
it, you keep doing it, and you want to do it again. But we're Scorpios, so
Yeah, it's probably like that. This mysterious, we never stop. I think Scorpio, if I had 48 hours on my day, I would love, you know what I mean? It would be amazing to
Yeah.
have extra hours for sure. Regards to your dad, your family and friends, your kids, and you keep in touch. It was a pleasure to have you on the show, okay? Have a good night.
Thank you very much, William. Have a good evening.
Take care. Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.